and stuff, they are not GUI.
Yeah,
They are
they are
CLI.
CLI, CLI.
So yes, so if you are teaching me firewall, I should be able to use GUI at the same time, use do some CLI.
Yeah, 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 correct.
Thank
So
you.
right now, most of the firewalls that are available in the market are GUI based, so that any user can configure them and it is more user friendly. But in Cisco, mostly the very old firewall of Cisco you might have heard is PIX, PIX, PIX. Though
Yes.
it is obsolete now. It is nowadays not used, but it was
Okay.
a very old Cisco firewall when we studied CCNA. At that time, PIX was there, but now it is not anymore. Now Cisco ASA is a very popular firewall, Cisco
Yes.
application specific ASA firewall, as well as some more firewall, maybe some Firepoint or something. Cisco has a new breed of firewall. It is coming up. But other than that, other than Cisco, there are several vendors in the market. There are several vendors, and you might have heard there is a report annually comes called Magic Quadrant. If you have ever heard of
Quadrant.
Magic Quadrant. So
Okay.
in that Magic Quadrant, they actually survey on each and every brand's products. If it is on Switch, they survey on all the available hardware devices from Juniper, from Cisco, whatever Switch is available in the market. So similarly, they also take survey on, it is called Gartner's report, Gartner Magic Quadrant. So I will write the name here. Magic Quadrant. So actually this report gives you a good knowledge of what is the current market scenario and which firewalls are in the topmost position in the market. So you will find
Okay.
that currently the topmost firewalls that are leading the market, one uh, is a very old brand called Checkpoint,
Okay.
and
Check that.
latest firewalls that are with near latest technology is definitely one is Palo Alto. You might have heard Palo
Palo.
Alto firewalls, and
Alto.
then some competitors like FortiGate, and again there could be Sophos. So these are some top brands right now who are leading the market. So
Okay.
we will just start our discussion from the very basic level, from what a firewall is and how. Then we will slowly go into these topics, Checkpoint, Palo Alto, FortiGate. But initially,
Okay.
we will start with the very basic concept of firewall. So
Okay.
firewall, as we know, firewalls could be a hardware firewall or it could be a software firewall. Okay,
Okay.
and firewall is a technology by which any traffic that is going out from the local network to the external network, or the vice versa, any traffic that is coming into the local network from the external world. So all the traffic that is coming in and going out from the network or in the network, they are they can be filtered on the basis of particular policies called firewall policies. In Cisco it is called ACL, access control list.
List.
Access control list.
Yes.
So access
Okay.
control list is a very proprietary term that is used in Cisco only. Otherwise, in all the renowned brands, we called it firewall policy. Firewall
Listen.
policies that are created. Okay. So if we go with the overview, so as the name implies, a firewall acts to provide secure access between two networks. So a firewall is definitely a device which can work as a gateway device between two networks. So very technically, if I want to explain you, any device like firewall is an advanced stage of a device where you have all the facilities of a router. So like if we discuss like the basic, I think you already know OSI model definitely. So layer
Yes.
layer 2 device is switch.
Switch. Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
again now in the layer
Three
3 device
of the
could be
router.
could be firewall, could be some proxy server,
Okay.
okay, or any PC or desktop, any PC or any server, okay. So these are
Okay.
all working in the layer 3. Now,
Okay.
if we are dealing with a firewall, that means this firewall has all the capability of a router.
Okay.
Whatever facility that is there in a router, like creating even creating VLANs and inter-VLAN routing, multiple port configuration, everything is available in firewall nowadays. Okay, but only thing maybe it was not available earlier. Like we know there are different types of WAN links, right?
Yes.
So WAN links are of different types. They could be in earlier time it was PSTN telephone line link. Okay,
Okay.
then there was some ISDN link, and
Okay.
later on some ex- the broadband technology came up,
Okay.
and again there could be some leased line,
Okay.
that is the dedicated line, or sometimes we also
Yeah.
call it P2P, peer to peer, P2P
Okay.
link or lease line link.
Okay.
So each and every WAN links sometimes need a specific type of interface. So if it is a nowadays, like the very popular one is fiber optic.
Yes.
Okay, so if it is a fiber optic link, you definitely need a fiber optic port where the link could be terminated. Correct.
Yes.
So
Yes. The SFP ports.
yeah, SFP ports. So earlier, these various types of WAN ports were available on routers. Okay, and that's why
Yes.
people had to buy a compatible router depending on what type of WAN links they are having. So depending on that, they had to choose the brand, they had to choose the model of the router. That if it is a fiber
Yes.
optic link, I need to terminate, so I need to purchase a particular router which is having a SFP port. Or
Okay.
even this lease line initially has two types of interfaces. One is a serial interface, as you can know, serial interface. So
Okay.
again, there could be Ethernet interface also. Okay, Ethernet is a normal RJ45 port
Yes.
where you
Yes.
can terminate your link. Okay, so
Okay.
if it is a serial interface, there are V.35 interfaces or
Yes.
smart V.35 smart serial ports interfaces that were
Yes.
available with
Yeah.
routers. So
Yeah.
depending on these interfaces, maybe people may need to choose a router, but otherwise all the routing capabilities and all the
Mm.
blocking and policy creation, everything that is there in the router is very much available in a firewall. Okay,
Okay.
so if you
Yeah.
purchase a firewall, generally you don't need a router
Router.
unless and until you need a very specific interface. Maybe that serial interface is not available with your firewall,
Yes.
then you may need
Yes.
a router to terminate the interface in the router and then take up a link, and that link will be plugged into the firewall. Okay,
Okay.
but nowadays the brands are also getting smart, and they are also having some modular feature in the firewalls. So so that people do not need to buy a additional router. So if they have a interface, they need to have a serial interface. So these firewalls are nowadays coming up with some modular feature where you can buy a separate module for smart serial or fiber optic, and you can add on that module into the firewall box. So these facilities are nowadays being provided by all the vendors who are dealing with firewalls. Okay, so basically firewall, as we Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you. Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's,
Okay, okay,
I'm getting it very well.
okay,
Yes.
okay. So basically, we can basically two types as we call. One could be software firewall. Nowadays, actually, software firewall has become obsolete because these appliances, the company names that I have talked a few minutes back, that's Checkpoint,
Yes.
FortiGate,
The
Palo
checkpoint,
Alto,
Portgate,
Sophos,
yeah,
yeah. So
Sophos.
these
Yes.
these are all ready-made appliances. You just need to purchase the box. You
Purchase
just
them. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and everything is there, or software and everything is already preloaded. You just need to
Yeah.
plug in, and a little bit of configuration is definitely there. So you need to do that configuration, but you don't need the earlier people had to take a headache of buying a server, a physical server. It could be some HP server or could be some
Yes.
IBM server. They could they have to sort down some configuration, and depending on the
Okay.
configuration they need to buy a server, and on that server they used to install some Symantec firewall or some McAfee firewall. So these things people used to do earlier, but
Yes.
nowadays, since the availability of all these ready-made firewalls, so software firewalls has reduced a lot. But
Yes.
again, software firewall is definitely available in desktops, the laptops and desktops that we are using, that you might be using
Okay.
at your home or maybe at your office. So the antivirus software that we are installing in our desktops or laptops, so those
Yeah.
antivirus software, like the popular names, you can see Kaspersky Internet Security,
Yes.
or
McAfee.
yeah, McAfee,
Okay.
uh, then Symantec, and many.
Yeah.
Bitdefender. Bitdefender is the topmost right now. If you see the survey, Bitdefender is the
Yeah.
best as per the survey. It is the topmost antivirus software. So these antivirus software firewalls, they have inbuilt facility, and that is software firewall facility in these types of desktop clients that we are installing in the desktops or laptops that
Okay.
we use. Other than that, in network level, earlier people used to have the server version of the software firewall, and they used to
Yes.
install that server version of the software firewall in a good hardware server and then connect that server into the network. But that scenario or that aspect has nowadays been reduced a lot because availability of ready-made firewalls in the market. So the next type is hardware firewall. So mostly when we are talking with someone regarding firewall, so if the person is talking about desktop level firewall, so generally he is talking about some software firewall. And if the person
Okay.
is talking about some network firewall, so that means he is talking about some hardware firewall, because
Okay.
uh, installing software firewall in a server is nowadays gone obsolete, and people are not uh, going to take all those headache of buying a server and installing operating system, then installing the software version of the firewall. They are not doing all those things. So now
Okay.
again, this hardware firewall can again be differentiated into two types. Okay, so this hardware firewall, we can again type it like, one is a network firewall.
Okay.
If you are already acquainted with what I am talking to, you can tell me so we can skip it.
No, I like it like this. I like
Okay,
it like this because
okay, okay.
it makes me, it's getting me back. So anything that is not clear from those my experience, I can ask. But it's like
Yeah,
opening my refreshing my brain back on these
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. So that's why I ask my student that if I am very slow, you can ask me so I can skip that, or otherwise we can go with the
No, I'm
way I
fine.
am.
If I know you are slow in something, I would let you know. But I'm fine.
Okay, fine.
I'm very fine.
Okay, so then again, hardware firewalls, we can divide it into two types. One is network firewall,
Okay.
and the other one we can call is some application firewall. Now, what is the main difference between this network firewall and application firewall? So, network firewall is, as I told, some good example was, which is nowadays obsolete, was Cisco Pix. Okay, Cisco Pix was a good example of network firewall. Even Juniper also had some firewalls, but nowadays they have integrated gateway, antivirus, anti-spam, all those things. So network firewall used to filter traffic on the basis of three parameters. So
Okay.
we will write it on. So network firewalls analyze the traffic or filter the traffic on three parameters. First one is
Okay.
source address.
Okay.
Okay. Second one is definitely destination address.
Destination address.
Yeah. From which source you want to block which destination, or from which destination you want to block a traffic going to a particular source. So depending
Okay.
on source address, destination address. And the third one is definitely the port number or the service port oblique protocol. Okay, so based on these three parameters, source address,
Yeah.
destination address, and service port and protocols, so
Yes.
network firewall used to block traffic and allow traffic in the network. But
Okay.
there is a huge problem that came into picture regarding certain softwares. For example, if I call out softwares like torrent software, uTorrent, BitTorrent, the torrent softwares that we use to download videos, pictures, and all those from
Yes.
torrent sites.
Yes. Yes.
Again,
Yeah.
could be Skype also, Skype, or some Yahoo Messenger. Okay, Yahoo Messenger. So people in the corporate network, they don't allow their users to use these softwares, Torrent, Skype, Yahoo, unless and until they have a corporate rule to use Skype. So then only they will allow you to use Skype. Otherwise, they don't want that their employees should spend their time on downloading torrent files, chatting in Yahoo Messenger. Okay, so these types of application are generally not required. There is these are some example that I am giving, and it's not limited to only this software. So these types of software, there are different types of softwares like a Rediff,
Okay.
Bowl. So these softwares cannot be blocked with the help of a network firewall. Okay, you cannot
Yeah.
block the access of these types of softwares, Torrent, Skype, Yahoo Messenger, Rediff, Bowl. You cannot block them
Yes.
with the help of a network firewall. Can you tell me why you cannot block it with a network firewall?
Because I think because they are applications.
Yeah,
Because network firewall is only blocking the addresses, the destination or address, and these ones are applications.
yeah, these are the applications, perfect. But the thing is, ultimately, these applications are fetching the data or accessing the data from some particular server, right? So
Yes.
even this torrent software is getting connected to some torrent server. This
Yes.
Skype software is also getting connected to some Skype server.
Yes.
Similarly, this Yahoo Messenger, Rediff will have their own servers. So these client
Yes.
softwares are ultimately getting connected to their servers. And
Yes.
then they send and receive data from those servers. But why
Okay.
we are not able to block them with a network firewall? So the main reason is these softwares doesn't have a specific destination address. Their destination address is not a specific one. They have some
Okay.
random destination address, and they have some random service port. Okay,
Okay.
it's not that like when we access a website, normally it is HTTP protocol that we access, correct?
Yes.
So if it is HTTP protocol, the port number is port 80.
Yes.
And if it's a secure website, so it is HTTPS,
Yes.
so that means port number is 443.
Oh,
So if we want to block a particular website, say any website, say abcd.com, so definitely this abcd.com, since you already have a CCNP level of knowledge, you can understand this is a domain name, correct? abcd.com.
yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
behind this domain name, definitely there is some static public IP.
The IP. Yes.
Okay, so if that website has a static public IP, so that means this is my destination address. Okay,
Yeah.
and since
Yes.
I am accessing a web page, so either I am accessing port 80 or port
See?
443. So that
Okay.
means I know that I need to block the service port 80 or 443, correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
source address will be as per my requirement. It could be my whole network, or it could be some one or two individual IP addresses in my network. That could be my source
Yes.
address. So in that way, we could have blocked any websites from accessing in the network with the help of a
Yes.
network firewall, correct?
Yes.
But
Yes.
in the case of these types of software, this torrent, Skype, Yahoo Messenger, Rediff, what's happening is they don't have a fixed destination address. Because if you try, because I have myself tried when I configured firewalls, I faced that problem, that these torrent websites, they have a bunch of IP addresses. It's not a single IP address. So they have
Okay.
a bunch of public IP address. If you block one IP
Addresses.
address, if you block one IP address, the software will
Yeah.
automatically try to access the other IP address. And again, maybe you can see the log file. Every router, every firewall, there is a feature called log and reporting section. So if you check the log, you will see that the torrent software is accessing certain IP. Just for example, let's say it's 210.222, then maybe 211.65. So in the log section, you found that torrent software is accessing this IP address, and it is
Yes.
accessing with the port number, let's say any arbitrary port, maybe say uh, 4560, any arbitrary port number. Okay, so
Okay.
based on this knowledge, what you did, you create a firewall policy, and
Yes.
in the destination address field you put this IP address,
IP
because
address. Yes.
you have found that this is the IP address that the
IP address.
torrent software is accessing. So you
Yeah.
uh, add this address in the destination address field, and in the service port you mention that 4560 port. So
Yes.
it should be blocked whenever any client in the local LAN tries to access this IP address
Oh,
and this port
yes.
number, so access should be blocked.
Yes.
So you will configure it in your network firewall. But what will happen is this torrent software will try to access this IP address for maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or 30 seconds. Then when it will
Okay.
not be able to access it because of your firewall policy in the network firewall, so
Yeah.
these torrent softwares has got some inbuilt database of target server IPs. Okay, so this client software has some inbuilt database of multiple target server IP addresses. So
Okay.
when it will try for 30 second or 40 second and it will not be able to access this IP, so then it will try to access some other IP. So that IP could be 210, could be 220, could be
Okay.
some 134. So some random IP, it will start accessing some random IP. So due to this feature, that these software access any random destination IP address, and again if you block this service port, so it will again try to access with some other service port. It will try to access with some other, maybe
IP port.
5089, okay, some other
Yeah.
random port. So every time you will create a policy, it will bypass that and it will try to access some other server IP and some other service port. So that is the main reason these types of softwares cannot be blocked with a network firewall. So this is the main disadvantage of a network firewall in today's scenario. In the earlier scenario, maybe 15 years back, network firewalls was enough for network traffic blocking and controlling. But nowadays, it is not enough, because the softwares that we are, even the team viewer software, you must have heard. So
Yes.
TeamViewer software, every technician use this software just to have a
Yes. This
remote access to the
assets.
remote
Yes.
PC.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you can understand this TeamViewer. If you block all the ports, it can access through port 80 also. Even if all the ports are blocked, TeamViewer can access through port 80 also. So people need to open port 80 because people need to browse the internet. If we block port 80, so we will not be able to access any website in the internet. Okay, but this software is so smart that it can even use port 80 for its connectivity. So this is the reason that the next type of firewall that has been developed, and those firewalls called application firewalls. So these firewalls are used to control certain applications from accessing the external world from the internal network based on some, uh, we call it thread, some packet threads, okay, or sometimes we call it some signature.
Okay.
So like when we browse internet, you will see that the link, like this link, if I copy it
Yes.
and I paste it here, so up to this one you can call it a domain, correct? https
Yes. Yes.
mail.google.com. Then
Yes.
there is
That's
a
it.
there is a folder called mail, okay. But
Mail. Yes.
after
Yes.
that, this is something which is called a thread, okay.
Yes.
So these types of application, this Skype, torrent, and all these of application can only be blocked on the database of multiple threads. And the main technology that they use to block is generally, it is, we call it IDS, but IDS is only detection. For prevention, it is IPS. So it is
Mm.
intrusion prevention
Yeah.
system. And IDS is only,
IDS
yeah, IDS is only
detection.
only detection. It can only detect.
Yeah.
So earlier
Intrusion
people used
detection
to
system.
have this intrusion detection system, and then they need to carry on some particular action onto it. But nowadays people are
Yeah.
using IPS devices, so they can detect as well as they can prevent also.
Okay. Okay.
So this intrusion detection and intrusion prevention system, they actually check the thread, the link thread, and depending on that link thread, there could be some custom signatures also, some database of custom signature of different softwares like Torrent, Skype, Yahoo Messenger. So they have their database of threads related to these softwares, as well as some signatures also related to these softwares. So based on those signatures and threads, they are able to block these types of application in the network. So this facility of blocking this application based on signatures and threads is available in the latest firewall that we call is application firewall. Okay.
Oh.
Now, uh, you will see that a term that is generally very much has become popular is next generation firewall. You will see in different websites or maybe in job profile also, sometimes they call it next gen firewall. There could be sometimes you will see something called UTM. Have you ever heard of UTM?
Yes, I think I've heard of it, but I don't know what it does.
Okay, okay. So UTM full form is Unified Threat Management.
Threat management.
Yeah. So more or less, the advanced firewall that is available today